Sega.
Hello everybody, and welcome to the Sonic Unleashed playthrough. I've wanted to do this game for so long, and now it's finally time. Now this is actually an intro that not a lot of people will have seen, because obviously most people are just like, yeah, go, start. But there is this little intro cutscene here with the wonderful Endless Possibilities by Jarrett Reddick from Bowling for Soup, which is actually one of my favourite Sonic theme songs ever. Kind of gutted that there isn't a Crush 40 cover of it, but I still love this song. It's glorious. And as you will come to see, I really like Sonic Unleashed. It gets a lot of flack from critics, and it gets a lot of flack from fans, but I don't care, really. I really like Sonic Unleashed, and in the process of doing this playthrough, I hope to prove that it's not quite as bad as everyone seemed to make it out to be. Yeah, this song just makes me smile every time I hear it. Always. It's just so wonderful! I see it, and now it's all within my reach, and there's possibility. I see it now, it's always been inside of me, and now I feel so free, and there's possibility, and there's possibility, and there's possibility, and there's possibility, and there's possibility. So now that we've had that wonderful introduction, pumped ourselves up to begin, let's get right on in to Sonic Unleashed. Annoyingly, it has that damn autosave feature, which is pretty much the bane of my existence when it comes to recording. Thankfully, I have a memory card, so I was able to do some wonderful dual saving and overwriting as I went through, so that any recording failures I was able to just cover over. It didn't matter. So let's start with what I think is probably one of the most awesome opening cutscenes in a Sonic game. It's just absolutely stunning. It's really just like, wow. I do love Mike Pollock as Eggman. He's just so wonderful. Now, the people behind this wonderfully amazing CGI opening are Marza Animation Planet. And they have pretty much been doing the CGI for Sega for quite a while. They're behind the CGI stuff in Sonic Free Riders, Sonic Colors, Sonic Generations, Sonic the Hedgehog. I believe that's Sonic 06. Knight's Journey and Dreams. Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Resonance of Fate, which is like a RPG thing. Mario Sonic at the Olympic Games, Mario Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, and so on and so forth. And they also did Sonic Night of the Werewolf, which is a short film, which relates quite closely to the wonderful Sonic Unleashed here. So, remember Mars or Animation Planet, because they are awesome. The song here in this awesome cutscene is called Cutscene Opening. Very original title for a song, but what can you do? Can't always be really creative. Now, Sonic Unleashed came out in 2008/2009, depending on where you were. Came out in November, pretty much in place on PlayStation 2 and Wii. Also came out in November on the Xbox 360, but it wasn't. But PlayStation 3 didn't get it until December, which is really weird. Also, for some bizarre reason, Japan was always like a few months late in getting it, but that happens. You know, I'm actually surprised. I miss Jason Griffith. Obviously, he wasn't particularly phenomenal in the likes of Sonic 06 and the like. But this game reminds me that sort of he was good. Also, nice little Dreamcast in the bottom left there. They do that a couple of times, actually. I'll try and point out when it happens. I might miss it, but that Dreamcast turns up numerous times throughout the game, which is you might not have remembered. And my god, that was terrifyingly close. So, Sonic Team was the developers. That sentence started really badly, I will rephrase. The game was developed by Sonic Team, and the PS2 Wii version was developed by Dimps. Published by Sega, obviously. It was directed by Yoshihisa Hashimoto, produced by Akinori Nishiyama. The kind of main artist was Sachiko Karamura. The writer was Kyoko Yoshimura. Composers were Tomoya Otani, Kenichi Tokoi, Fumi Kumatani, Hideaki Kobayashi, Takahito Iguchi, and Maruko Namba. It's built on the it's got Hedgehog engine, which was new for this game, and the Havoc engine for its physics engine. It's got other bits and bobs with it as well, but yes, here we have the Werehog in his only appearance in a game. But most people don't like the Werehog, so it's hardly surprising that this is his only appearance. But I have to say, that opening is just amazing. I'm kind of annoyed at myself for just bulldozing, talking all over the top of it, but I felt you needed this information as soon as possible. And I'm sure you people have seen this opening many times. It's just the way it is. It happens. And we're going to go from that wonderfully amazing CGI quality into the in-game graphics, which, while not completely terrible, certainly obviously nowhere near the quality of the CGI cutscenes, because that's impossible. Getting closer to being able to do it in the modern day, but still. Although the Hedgehog engine does do an amazing job of making the lighting and stuff very similar to that of the CGI cutscenes in-game, which is quite impressive. So, Sonic, obviously voiced by Jason Griffith at this point in time.
Hey, are you okay?
He does the voice of both Sonic as Sonic and Sonic as the Werehog. And here we have a little somebody who, we don't know yet. We shall find out.
You okay? Nothing broken?
Oh, I'm just fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Monster Guy.
Mr. Monster Guy? We're not that terrifying, are we?
Looks like things have gotten pretty ugly.
Yeah, look at those teeth and those claws. What's your name, anyway?
I'm Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog. And you are?
Well, you're kind of a werehog at the minute, although
What is my name?
the term werehog doesn't make any sense. Obviously it's derived from werewolf and hedgehog, but the were in werewolf, it comes from the Old English were, which means man, so they're technically calling him a manhawk, which he's not. So it's kind of just like half man, half pig, which isn't accurate in the slightest. Oh, I do love this little fella. Music for the cutscene is cutscene A New Journey. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. You're the best, Mr. Monster Guy. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes, this little fella is voiced by Tony Salerno. Who appears mostly to voice stuff in Yu-Gi-Oh!
That was amazing.
But that's about it, really.
Here we
And so, we get into our first level, music being Windmill Isle Day. Now, this is actually the first time I have played Sonic Unleashed in quite a while. And this was the first time I played the level, so I was literally just like, oh my god, this is so quick! Ah! Because after coming to it after, like, Sonic Generations and so on and so forth, Sonic's incredibly slippery and, perhaps a bit too fast for his own good, when it comes to controlling. Doesn't make, him completely uncontrollable, but it's certainly more difficult to control him than, I was expecting. I'll go more into the experience, stuff later on, but that'll come later. And here, instead of having a specific cutscene music, we have the day music for Apatos, which is called Apatos Day, because we are currently in Apatos, which is based on Mykonos in Greece, which is
pretty cool, huh?
a whitewashed island in Greece. which is renowned for its cosmopolitan nightlife, apparently. Although chocolate chip ice cream is clearly the most well-known thing for applesauce. I mean, you can even see the links between Mykonos and Aptos in the name, because they both end with os. In Greek mythology, Mykonos was the location of battle between Zeus and the Titans, potentially, and apparently it was also named in honour of Mykons, son of Anios, who was a son of Apollo, and a nymph named Rio, apparently. I wouldn't completely trust Wikipedia on this stuff, but it's about as close as you're going to get, really. So yes, we're going to call this little fella Chip, and I think that's the most adorable name ever, and it's surprisingly fitting for our little crazy, chirpy little fella here. He's kind of a fairy chihuahua type person thing. Now, in Sonic Unleashed you have, well, at least the 360 and PS3 versions, you have these open hub worlds, which you can explore, talk to all the locals, all of whom are generally pretty interesting, and have quite a lot to say as you kind of progress through the game. Also, there's medal collecting, which you need to do, but it's pretty much in every single city hub. You have 2 medals per whether it's night or day. So in the day you have 2 moon medals, and in the night you have 2 day medals. It's just how it works. So I'm going to pretty much be getting all of them. And so I think we've done enough today. So let's head on through that glowing gate-like thing and progress. Yes.